Let's build your baby registry. And today we'll talk about car seats and strollers. This is what my family deemed as our must-haves, and even just an honest opinion on what we would not get again if we had to rebuild our registry. But if you're new here, welcome. This is the 5th video in the Amazon baby registry. I would love if you gave us a big thumbs up and followed along. I have broken down each section of how Amazon builds their registry, so if you have not seen those videos yet, I will link them below. But let's get to it. So let's build that registry. So Amazon titles this section strollers and car seats, but essentially it's a lot of transportation items as well. It's not just those two. But the first one would be the winter car seat cover. Absolutely, hands down, would recommend having it, especially if you're having a winter baby. Now, I wouldn't use it post them being 6 months just because of how it fits on the car seat. And I just think that their little toesies would hang over. But it's fur lined. It has snaps at the top so you can cover them to get in and out of the store or in and out of the house. But it also zips off so that you don't have to be stretching it over top of the car seat every time. You can put it on, unzip them to get them in and out, and then zip it back up. And it's safe to have on in the car. I just wouldn't leave it snapped in the car. More because I just like to look at my little guy in my mirror, which, speaking of, absolutely love. And this one was the SHEIN baby car mirror. It's a safety car mirror so that when you're looking in your rear view mirror, you can see them safely, and it angles down. It hooks on like the back of your seat rest. Or not your seat rest, oh my gosh, your headrest, so that you can see them and you're not turning around at all. So keep everybody safe. Also for in the car, we got the Munchkin, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Bricka sun safety car window roller shade. So I really like this one because just in case we didn't have it down, which we ended up leaving it down all the time anyway, but there's a little section on the roller part that suction cups to the window that will actually turn white when it is too hot or there's too much sun coming through the window that you should have the shade on. And I really just liked that. I don't really know how beneficial it was because we left it down all the time just to keep the glare away from him and out of his face, because every time we are in the car, pretty much he falls asleep. But I definitely think that would help if you were moving it up and down. If you had maybe other kids in the back seat, I think it would be a good idea. Keep staying on with car seats. We got a summer cover as well for the car seat. So just like the winter cover, this one is similar, but just for warmer weather. So it has a more breathable material on it. You can leave it on. It kind of drapes over if you've ever seen those. We never used it. We both play softball. It's actually how my husband and I met. And we figured, we're going to be going to games. We'll be able to have him outside with us. And if he does fall asleep, we can put the cover on. And we never used it. So maybe that's something that adapts in your lifestyle. But unfortunately, it was something we put on our registry and ended up not using it all. And if we had a second one, I don't think we would use it. But there is an insert that you can put inside your car seat or your stroller. Now, we had gotten it and I had put it in our car seat and taken it to the hospital, and they would not let us put him in it to leave the hospital. They said they were not allowed to use them for safety recommendations. So we actually had to take it out of the car seat and load him in and put him in the car that way. And I was really freaked out because our little man was in the NICU, and now we're bringing home this delicate little bundle of joy, and everything that I had done to make him feel secure and safe, I'm getting told by the nurses in the NICU that it is absolutely not okay and we can't use. And that was kind of shocking to me. And they did tell me, though, that it would be okay if I used it in the stroller for a walk, but that it was just too much with a newborn insert in a car seat. So I would get it again just because we did go on a lot of walks and it fit in his bassinet of his stroller very nicely. And I felt like his head and everything was kept cozy, and he wasn't able to like move too much or rock too much if we ended up, running over rocks or anything on our walk. But I was really shocked to learn that that was not allowed in the car seat, because it's something that is specifically mentioned on the way that it is marketed. Also, there were different items in the head support. It included car seat strap covers, which we also ended up using on the stroller, because in the summer when you're out, they're covered in sunscreen. They start eating food, whatever. They do get messy, and it was nice to have an extra set of the car seat straps or the stroller straps that we could throw in the wash and have an extra one on hand so that we weren't waiting for them to be clean. And it wasn't even ever something that I thought of. So definitely, if you were looking into one, the inserts are good for the stroller as well as the straps so that you have an extra clean pair. But speaking of strollers, so we have 2 strollers. The one that we have for that's like our main go-to stroller is the Even Flow Pivot Expand travel system. So the car seat that fits in there is the Safe Max car seat base. The one that we got, it was a combo of one base, one stroller, and one car seat. And then we ended up getting an extra base so that my husband could have one in his car and one in our car, which absolutely recommend, just because then you're not taking it in and out of the car each time. Or if I drop him off somewhere to be watched and then my husband ends up picking him up because of schedules, we're not figuring out what to do with the car seat base in between. And it was just an easier element on our own lives. But the reason we got this stroller is because it does have an attachment for a base or for a bassinet that can switch around. It'd be a regular car seat, as well as it can clip in the car seat into it. It is the same connections, like you're not changing anything at all. It's literally just a button on each side. And it also is a double stroller. But if you're not using it for the double stroller, that part just flips down and it is almost covered by the basket underneath, and you don't really even notice it's there. So I really liked that, just because if we are blessed with another one, then we're not getting an entirely new stroller. So it just kind of had everything that we were looking for in one fair go. Now, we do also have a travel stroller. We have the QB Pocket All City Terrain. We really like this one because it has double wheels, so that it's going to be better on, just like its name, all terrains. But you can actually lock the front wheels. So if we are traveling anywhere like Europe or small towns that might have more cobblestone or the brick streets, then we don't have to be worried about it being hard to move around. So we love that. It folds to literally nothing. It could fit into a backpack. It is a little tricky to fold it all the way down and get all the wheels and everything in the right place. I am definitely better at it now than I was, but we don't always fold the wheels down just because we are not needing to get it in like the overhead bin of an airplane all the time. But definitely something that's nice to have and compact. It's what I use if we go on coffee dates or anything, because if there aren't enough seats, I can just throw it under the table. For our stroller, the fan that we got ended up actually all of the legs falling off of it. The charge does last, but not having the legs on it kind of defeats the purpose of it being a stroller fan, because it doesn't really attach to the stroller anymore. So I will go ahead and, because we ordered a different one, I'll go ahead and attach that brand as well, because that brand has just been fine. Also for the stroller, we put hooks on there. So these ones are they're called mommy stroller clips, and we use them whether we're out shopping and we're gonna hook bags on it. We've used them at Disney to hang extra things on that if we purchase something, or we have clothes and swimsuits and things that are wet and we need to transport those so they're not getting the basket or anything else wet where the bag is. And I love them. It's easy because they just clip on the handle. I leave them on all the time, and if we need them, they're there. If we don't, they're not in my way by any means. One thing we do keep in the basket or the tray, like underneath the seat, is a rain cover. And the reason I picked this one is because it has a harder piece where baby is looking out, and it can completely unzip and zip so that one, if it's not raining as much, you can kind of lift it up so that they don't feel like they're covered in there. But then also if it starts pouring more, you can zip them back in. It has a blue sheet so that I don't know if it's to protect from glare, but it's not the same plastic as the rest of the cover, so that they're still able to see out and it keeps its form. As well as if you're taking them in and out, you can unzip it without taking the whole thing off and potentially soaking your stroller. Definitely one that we use in Disney. We put it on every time we put our stroller in stroller parking, because if you are familiar with Florida weather, you never know what you're going to come back through. And if you are standing in line for a ride, even if it's like 10-15 minutes, you could possibly miss just a quick shower and your stroller and everything in it would be soaked. So we always have it with us. We keep it under the tray or under the basket, and it folds up super flat. We got the Even Flow stroller snack tray. It comes with a snack cup. The stroller itself comes with a safety bar. It unclips. You can clip the snack tray right on. I will say the snack tray is kind of big, and honestly, they can't really utilize it until probably after they're a year old, just because of the way that the stroller is built. I mean, the way that the angle of the seat is and everything, like their little hands just can't get up there. But I will say I did like it because it does stick out a little further, and if he is napping in the stroller or having the rain cover on it, it just kind of gives them a little bit more room in there, as well as even just having the fans on them, it feels like they're not like directly like in their face. So even though it's a little bit bigger and it will be better later down the road, I did kind of like it still at the infancy age. After we had built our registry, we did end up getting the itsy bitsy stroller caddy. Granted, I picked a leather one just because it was cute and it kind of matched my vibe, but I love it because it has 2 water bottle holders, or I guess 2 drink places, as well as a zipper section and a wide section in the middle. The wide section in the middle is big enough that I can throw in like phone, sunglasses, whatever. And the 2 cups, like it fits a Starbucks cup, it fits a water bottle, it fits his sippy cups in perfectly, and it doesn't shake around a lot, so I know that they're not going to fall over or spill. They're kind of nice and snug in there. But I also, because it has a zipper section on it, will put an air tag in it. Mostly for when we are traveling, I will throw it in there, but just in case, you never know. I feel like it would be weird to walk off with somebody's stroller, but I do put an air tag in it. And it's concealed because it's in the zipper section, so that's nice too. We had looked into the water bottle clip that Even Flow recommends. There is a section on the side of the stroller that just has a little circle spot where you can clip in a water bottle holder. Every water bottle we had, which I don't personally own any Stanleys. I have the generic version from Marshall's, but it would fit in there, but it would spin and it would fall out. So I couldn't imagine if I had spent $70 or whatever those things cost and my water bottle fell out and got scuffed up or scratched, whatever. But I was pretty upset with my favorite water bottle fell out from it. So we do not use it. I tried other ones. I tried ones that they more or less screwed on and tightened, and they did the same thing. So if you are looking for a water bottle holder, I would absolutely suggest a caddy over one of the ones that just clip on, because those ones unfortunately are just gonna turn and your water bottle's gonna fall out, and that's just annoying. But I will go ahead and link everything below. Just to be honest, if you do use one of my links, I do make a small commission, but it does help support my channel and it comes at no additional cost to you. And if you made it this far, I thank you, and I hope that you check out the other videos in this series. And remember that no matter what, the only thing that they need is a couple few items, and whatever you pick will be perfect for them. But thanks for following along, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.